Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is the reunion, season 6, the reunion part 2. We left off with Tisha dropping that bomb on Kiki, really airing out all her business. Kiki stands in it like, and your point is, I did that, and Kiki explains the whole pay for the date situation. Now, Tisha was adding a little salt on it because that situation was nothing like she portrayed, nothing like she painted it out to be. Kiki said that while they were dating, her, now husband, he was asking her for some money. So she gave, the guy she was dating, she gave him some money. She didn't know he was going to go take it and go be out on a date with somebody else. So he was caught in that situation. And everybody was like, oh, Tisha, you made it seem like she had like pimped her man out. That's not what it was at all. It wasn't arranged. He was caught. Tisha, she pulls out some receipts to explain why she doesn't speak to Kiki anymore. And we didn't even really get into these receipts. But anyway, she didn't speak to Kiki. What she has is basically their full text thread, their full conversation. Carlos asks Mel and Kimmy if they think Tisha's in denial. And both of them like, Mel, you answer that. Mel say, nah, Kimmy, you answer. You go. Nah, Mel, you go. ain't nobody finna say nothing. Kimmy is like, you know what? I don't. However, Kimmy is always, however, she feels like Tisha is just tired. It's been 6 years of this. If there is anybody out there, come forward. We need the lady to just step forward, whoever you are, if you're out there. Because at this point, enough is enough. We're tired of talking about whether or not he's doing this or not. And like, if he is, then just come out with it. Like, what the girl, did she sign a ironclad NDA? I'm trying to, maybe she got a whole lot to lose. I just don't know. But whoever she is, because I feel like she's out there, but she ain't coming forward, whoever she is. Mel also feels like, well, when it comes to Tisha, as wives, like you want some concrete. You want something concrete. And I don't think that she has anything concrete. Just like we said, either come forward, somebody, because they throw names out there and then you bleep them out. So it's just like, what are we doing? Why do you think Tisha's an idiot, Kiki? Kiki says that she never lied on Tisha, and Tisha knows that that's not in her character. Why would she make up things? Marceau says for clout, so that you can, have some type of story on this show. Kiki says she's relevant without television. They replay the whole Crime Stoppers footage and all of that. Then Carlos brings up that drink. A lot of people from the cast to crew have said they've witnessed you, a little bit erratic, especially that, the day of that barbecue. Kimmy gonna say in hindsight that she feels like Kiki was a little erratic. She was sweaty. She was sweating profusely, kind of jittery. And so, in hindsight, she's like, is she on something? I don't know. Tisha says that she is still using. We have this whole conversation, and I really don't want to do the whole. I can't give you guys the blow by blow. I'm so tired of talking about Kiki's addiction. I really am. Carlos had all of these questions firing at her like he was qualified in some sort of way. Like, either refer a rehab or don't, but can we move on? Can we move on? um Tisha gonna say she's on drugs now and she knows it because just last year she was telling her about a situation where she was with a drug dealer in his car, and he got so much money she done went and robbed him, done snuck in his house or something, done snuck somewhere and took a little bit of the stash, and then went and bought drugs from said drug dealer. And Kiki is over there like, I told you that years ago. Marcel say it was 2021 again. Was it yesterday? Was it within the year that you guys are in? Like, it was 2023 at the time. Was it in 2023? No. So it's irrelevant. Don't throw back in my face a situation that happened 2-3 years ago and think that it's supposed to be relevant today. Like, that's relevant to her drug usage today. That has nothing to do with anything, y'all. Okay, that happened then, and I'm trying to figure out why Kiki ain't getting in front of this stuff. Because I mean, the thing to say behind that is, well, yeah, I told you that in 2021. The question is, am I on drugs today? And the answer is no. Yep, I did that back in 2021. Yep, I did that back in 2019. Sure did. But today, she's clean and sober. So, they get into the whole drug test that she took. They try to say she using somebody else's pee. Mel is like, I was there. She didn't know. She was not privy to no drug test, so she didn't know what was happening. She didn't know I was coming with that, so she couldn't have prepared herself. I went in the bathroom with her. Production went in the bathroom with her. She took that test. And Carlos want to know why methadone is showing up. I mean, why methadone is showing up negative if she's saying that she's on methadone. And apparently methadone doesn't show up in your urine. So there's that. I mean, come on, people. At least Google some shit before you just throw out their accusations. Do I think Kiki is on drugs still? Do I think she's still popping Percocet? No. I honestly think that she's perimenopausal, which is why she's sweaty. I think that she's one of those type of women that she's just erratic, like by nature. Like, she's one of the people that will just pop off. I don't think drugs have to get her there. I think that she's just like that. I think that she's a bit obsessed when it comes to her cousin and her cousin's marriage and what her cousin got going on. I think she's trying to keep that afloat, keep that story rolling so that she can, have her place there on the show. Because let's be honest, Wanda needed a replacement. So we brought in cousin Kiki. Because she's not afraid to, she's not afraid to go there. I don't think she's on drugs, though. She took a drug test and it says she wasn't. So how can I say that she is? But, the Scotts over there, they're adamant. They say they done had to pick the lady up off the curb one time, time or two because she was high. Kiki's over there like, you know exactly why you had to pick me up, and it wasn't because I was high. It was because my husband took my keys, that her and her husband was going at it, whatever. And I believe that too. I believe it could have been a domestic situation. I feel like Marcel and Tisha are really trying to drive this drug addict point home to, deflect a little bit, Not to say Kiki is completely honest and I feel like she's 100% right, because I don't. This is your family we're talking about, so you really shouldn't even be going there. Because this is your family. But they want her to look like the resident crackhead. They really do. I don't like that. But that's where we are with them. That's where we are with them. I'm gonna move on. Tiffany and Lewis. I'm sorry, Tiffany. Let me not say I don't care. I care. I'm a mom who dealt with postpartum depression myself, postpartum rage. Been there. So I'm not gonna say I don't care or that I'm not, empathetic to what she dealt with. But it's like, girl, why you didn't have to do it. Like, like you was at a place in life where you really didn't have to be where you at right now. You really don't. Everybody around you told you it was not going to be what you think it's going to be. Lewis told you he was not going to be present. He was going to be working more. He told you these things. And yet you still were adamant about, no, I can do it because I can do it all. You got a hard head. So, it is what it is. Honestly, that's just where I'm at with it, girl. It is what it is. I hope that you, with the time away, I hope that it has helped. I hope that she's been able to heal. I hope that she's at peace. I hope that she remains, at peace. I hope that mentally she's back stable and back in a good place. I really wish her well, and I'm so glad that they decided to leave the show. Carlos say that they had that the door is always open for them to come back, but y'all, we don't stress yourself, okay? Excuse me. We run Martell's package. Oh, Chris and Nell they also joined the stage. Chris up there doing his TikTok moves, with Carlos. I guess that's supposed to be a cute little moment. Anyway, we run Martell's package. You and Sheree, are y'all together? Martell says that they were never a couple. They were just friends, just hanging out or whatever. Kimmy, she didn't believe they were a couple anyway. She just didn't see the warm and fuzzies. She ain't never really seen them kiss or anything like that. Martell says, well, I ain't never seen you and Maurice kiss. Okay, Martell. We know these people together. We believe that they're a couple. There's chemistry there. You and Sheree, there was absolutely none. Carlos, he asked if their relationship was a business arrangement, where y'all using each other, to do well on your respective television shows. And Marcel say he didn't want to be over there on Real Housewives of Atlanta. He didn't want to film on her show. And yet he filmed on her show and got into it with Kenya and everything. So what are you saying, Martell? You was on that show ready to go back and forth with any housewife that was willing. It just so happened to be Kenya, because Kenya's always ready and willing. So it was a business relationship. Don't even play. Tiffany like, well, if y'all wasn't even together, then you know what? I shouldn't have been over there talking to her, asking her questions, this, that, and the third. Lewis, however, feels like, granted, she shouldn't have said what she said, but he don't appreciate the two men, pulling his wife to the side. Although Martell says this was supposed to be a conversation between me and Tiffany, Marcel kind of inserted himself, which he did. But they still didn't gang up on Tiffany. Tiffany got exactly what she needed to get. But Lewis ain't apologizing. He not apologizing. He don't feel like he owed Martell no apology. Carlos asked Tiffany if being called a Karen offended her. Of course it offended her. She says, I'm the only mixed race person on the cast. I was raised by my Caucasian family, so I didn't know, how to take that from that side of the couch. Marcel explains what the definition of a Karen is, and I'm thinking, you got your definition wrong. So maybe that's why she's confused. Because a Karen, yes, Black people can be Karens, but a Karen is not somebody just throwing out their opinion. Karens are all in your business. They're all in your business when they have no right. It's the entitlement. That's a Karen. A Karen is going to see you having an event and say, I need you to move all your cars out of these parking spaces over here because I'm going to have an event 3 hours from now. This really happened in life. This is why I'm using this as an example. Just a quick story time. My friend, he does coding, and he was having an event, a coding event. It was for the kids and everything. So he had a few different food trucks. He had some some different vendors were there. And one food truck in particular was parked like off, back in the parking lot. This woman rose, I wouldn't say she rose hell, but she was a nuisance for a good 2 hours until her event was about to start. I just didn't understand where she felt like where she got the gall. But she was around there. I'm having an event in about 3 hours. Like, is your food truck gonna be gone? Girl, this event is over in like the next hour. You can't just wait until it's over. She was making it seem like the two were gonna overlap, and it wasn't. And she constantly kept coming back. Is he gonna move it? Is he gonna move it? All on her phone. They get on their phone. That's the first thing they do. Is it? I don't. Police. Girl. I was so agitated. And it took everything. My husband had to literally like, please don't say nothing to her, because it's my friend in his event. And it's like, bitch. And his wife hadn't gotten there yet. And I was calling his wife. His wife is my best friend. Mercedes hadn't gotten there yet. And so I was calling her like, girl, listen, I'm on your behalf. I'm finna have to say something because I'm sick of her ass. Those are Karens. You out at the park flying your kite. Here come Karen. Do you have a permit to fly your kite? You're not supposed to fly kites before 3 p.m. Those are Karens. Not people just mouthing off, big mouth. Tiffany got a big ass mouth. That's it. She's just ignorant in that way. I wouldn't call her no Karen. So Marcel, you got to get your definition of Karen correct, because that one don't explain Karen. Anyway, Carlos goes back to Martell. Because when he explained what a Karen was, they were like, so you, don't you just give everybody your opinion who ain't asked for it? So by your definition, you a Karen. Now he like explained one time when we got plenty. Carlos moves back to Martell. Are you and Sheree still dating? He says that, they're not. Being in a relationship is a lie, especially on a man, blah, blah, blah. He give all this, his bullshit response. Carlos says that Sheree said at, in her reunion that she couldn't deal with you and the negative press, all the negative press around you. So she had to bounce. And he like, really? She said that? Yeah, she said that. Don't be shocked. Don't be startled. That was in my Shanae voice. Don't be startled. Anyway, Carlos, he asked Martell if it's hard for him to date because he's still in love with his ex-wife. And, he told Neil that he be saying that kind of stuff to Mel. And, seeing her change her name, did that really like put the nail in the coffin for you? And, Mel's just like, why would it even matter? I'm just trying to figure out why it would even matter to you. He's like, it don't, but I'm being asked about it, so it's before me, so I'm speaking on it. Mel's like, nah, but you talk to Neil on and off camera. You be talking to me on and off camera. So it's not just for the cameras. Let's not do that. Carlos asked if he feels like, if he does tell her that, he's still in love with her and all of that, like, do you think Mel will run with it or bury you with the truth? And Marcel gonna say under his breath, nah, he get in trouble with his wife. And everybody like, Mel say, see, thank you. I wasn't gonna say it, but thank you. So apparently, did he marry this woman? Let me find out. He done married Arian, and that's why he been on this show with that ring on. I know he ain't bit more marry that girl, but anyway. But I mean, you never know. You never know. You never know. Mel knows something we don't know. Mel say he lying. He's lying. Carlos asked about Mel, how she feels about, Arian being around the kids. Because that's how she know that they're in a relationship. She's like, because that girl is always there. I drop off the kids. She there. She's always there. And, she go into protective mode, because, I mean, think about leaving your kids with a bitch that's been dragging you on social media, all over the internet, in your face, calling your line, sleeping with your husband. Like, she couldn't be nowhere near my kids. Nowhere near my kids. You think I trust her around them? Hell no. He be trying to defend her. He be trying to, ain't no defending Arian. It's pathetic. Please. They start arguing over their agreement, because Melody is saying in the agreement, like on the transcripts, the lady that type out everything verbatim. He said that his relationship with Sheree was a business relationship. And so that's on the transcript. He like, really? Liar! Liar! Martell is such a child. He's screaming liar, get up, storming off like a 6-year-old to go get his receipts. And he comes back with his folder full of paperwork, and court documents. No transcript though. And Mel said, you know what? I'm gonna pay for the transcript and I'm gonna put it out there just in time for this to air. I don't think she put it out yet, but Mel, we waiting on it now. We waiting on you to go on and do that now. They argue some more. Mel throws, she just throwing all kind of digs at him. They screaming at each other. She like, you see how toxic it was up in that house? So I had to beat your ass a few times. Now, Mel, if you was over there putting your hands on Martell, now, we can't excuse your bad behavior. Don't throw it out there like the people aren't going to be like, now, wait a minute, Mel. You had to beat his ass a few times. We don't feel sorry for Martell, but come on now, don't paint yourself in a bad light, by way of trying to throw him under the bus. Now you just done threw both y'all asses under that bus, because now we looking at you like, you did what? Martell was like, well, that man had said that, which is true. Had Martell been the one saying, that's why I had to beat her ass a few times, we'd be all like, whoa, you did what? Nobody bat an eye. Nobody bat an eye. It's hard out here for men. It really is, because the men be getting abused and all of that. Not Martell ain't no abuse victim, but I'm just saying. Male abuse victims, they have it hard because of folk like Martell Hope. They really do. Anyway, when they come back from commercial and all of that, we got Betty up there. Betty and her cousin Junior. Betty she mean and surly all the time. So right away she got an attitude. Why are you even here? She's a fan of the show. That's obvious. So anytime she can get her a moment to say the things that she be saying to her television when she back at the house watching, she can't wait to spar with words with Melody. But we run Stormy's package. The family drama was a lot. Carlos starts with Betty and her beef with Mel. Basically, there's this, how we got the fan sites, the fan pages, and you know how it goes down in the comments. So there was a situation where Mel was recorded by Destiny. Destiny and Stormy were there. Destiny recorded her. The viewers felt like the culprit was Stormy because Melody was kind of evasive about what had happened. She just threw out some kind of blanket statement, and the people ran with it and thought that it was Stormy, and they drug her. Melody absolutely saw the dragging, but she never came down to say, hey guys, I ain't talking about Stormy. And so Betty feel like that's what you supposed to be Stormy's friend. Why would you allow your fan base to just run with that, dragging your friend like that? Why would you allow that? You know. Melody is like, listen, Miss Betty, you got a lot going on with your family. I just really, I really feel like let's not. Let's just not, okay? Let's just not. But Betty ready. She want to go back and forth. You know, she want to go back and forth with her, talking about some you still mad at a man you've been divorced from for 3 years. And Mel say, excuse me, what? Repeat that. What you say? And Betty gonna holler back, I don't know. Like she was kind of mocking Mel, because Mel was like, I'm sorry, repeat that. Betty say, I don't know. And then she gonna sit back giggling, all pleased with herself, because she on TV showing her ass. To be continued. I wish we wasn't coming back for another episode. I wish this was the final one, so we could just close it on out. I just want to break from these people. I really do. I don't do them other ones though, so I'm gonna get my break. I don't know. I feel like one of them is coming back. I think it's DC, because it's DC and Detroit, right? I think DC is the one that's coming back. I ain't watched that one. I won't be watching it, because I feel like they probably gonna give y'all 35 episodes of Love and Marriage DC too. So I probably got me a little while before Huntsville come back. I'm excited. I need a long break. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.